My name is Notion.
Welcome to episode 46 of Bad Habits of Podcast. We got Dan in the building.
As always.
But this evening, ladies and gentlemen, if you're viewing or listening, we have a very special episode tonight. This is something we haven't done before. We've had guests or whatever, maybe a dozen times or something over the year or so. But this evening, we're doing our first collab podcast with Clarence and Nicky of Breakdown to Lowdown. They are in the building. Make some motherfucking
Welcome.
Hey, thanks for having us.
Yo, so you guys are a fellow podcast talking about hip-hop culture and news and all that good stuff based out here in Montreal, which is very cool. So it's really great to
Represent.
with y'all. Though Clarence, man, we met
already know.
years ago at hip-hop karaoke, back when we used to run that. Probably 20.
Yeah, we used to fuck each other.
Yeah, man. 2012
Yeah.
through 2014, that was. Way back in
Yeah.
the day. So,
Wow.
Yeah, it was a long time.
It's a while ago.
It doesn't feel that
Yeah,
long.
it's been a minute, man.
It really has, bro. Like, it's great to. I was super happy to when we all connected to see your name up on there. I was like, yeah, that's what's up. I love it. So, just to let everybody know what's happening, you see part one on here, and the reason it's part one, we're doing part one of the collab on here on Bad Habits, and then we're doing part two on Breakdown to Lowdown. So you're gonna go over there after you listen to this and check that out. So obviously we're live here on YouTube right now, and the audio is going to drop either this evening or tomorrow, and we'll put the link in the description and in the show notes on audio for the Breakdown to Lowdown, or whatever everyone needs to do to go and make sure they check that out. So just so everyone knows what is happening. So let's kick it off, guys. Like, I'd love to hear about you guys. Like, tell us about the podcast itself, tell us about you guys and what you've been doing. Obviously, you know, what's popping here in Montreal.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, Breakdown to Lowdown. What's up?
I'll let you go.
Breakdown to Lowdown is it's an R&B. You know, yes, we do of course talk about hip hop culture as well, but we definitely we like to think of it as an ode to R&B because like it is one of those genres I feel that often kind of gets swept under the rug, or you know. Didn't have that much mainstream action going on for a while, and now I feel like there's definitely a resurgence of the genre. So you know, we're definitely excited about that. We're very passionate about music, so like the first half of the show is called The Breakdown. Like that's what we do. We break down new / recent R&B releases or discovery tracks. And on the Lowdown, we get a little messy. We often disagree because Clarence, you know, he just thinks I'm biased about everything, so it's fine. But but the listeners, however, they seem to, you know, they understand where I'm coming from. You know what I mean? But it's a great dynamic. We have fun and we love to do it. So.
And that's the spot too. If you're trying to discover like dope new R&B track that just came out, like that's the spot, man. That's the podcast to listen to.
Okay. So,
big facts.
Do you guys touch on hip hop much at all, or it's primarily like on the R&B as far as the songs that you break down and stuff?
I wouldn't say much. Like we touch on it, we do, but and it usually, I'm not gonna lie, it usually comes more from Clarence's side. Okay. But when I do pick a hip hop track, he's always like, "What? Like what? What is this?" I'm like, "Listen, I can get down a little bit." You know what I mean?
Okay, I feel that.
But yes, R&B is like the main love child, I guess. Like,
and at the same time too, like sometimes I bring some hip hop track, but I like to take like R&B theme hip hop track, and you can see that there's an R&B influence because I feel like in a lot of music, especially in hip hop now, there's a lot of melodies and everything. It all comes from R&B, so
yeah, big facts.
Yeah,
I feel like it's like the best time ever for R&B, even as like in a notion I've been rapping for.
It's a good time, yeah.
Years or whatever, and like I feel like R&B has never been better. Or at least in an old R&B.
It's a great time. It's an exciting time, at least.
Yeah, I feel like it's just non-stop dope releases. I feel like the rap music that's being put out is much more patchier and maybe not as tight. But the R&B stuff, I just feel like there's in volume. There's just better stuff coming out right now from everywhere too. From here in Canada, from here in Montreal. It's got a couple Grammy winners out here from the last lot, which is super dope.
Shout out K Tronada.
Who was the second one?
Yeah.
I forgot who it was. It was someone who didn't get as much props for it. It's like escaping me right now. So it was K-Tron won 2 for the album and for the single.
There's Dirt
From Montreal?
Yeah, Dirt Work. That's what it was. Thank you. For the production on Kanye, Jesus is King. I think he did follow.
Yeah.
Or On God, one of those two.
Wow.
which is super dope. I remember seeing Dirtwork. I don't know if either of you guys remember this. When I first moved to Montreal, we knew nobody. We moved in 2012. So I almost can't believe we've been in Montreal 9 years this year. It's insane to me. And there was this event called Slang Rap Democracy. Do you guys remember that by any chance?
Oh, no, I don't remember.
No?
No, it doesn't ring a bell. I'm actually, I'll also say I'm fairly new back to Montreal. Like, I was born in Montreal, but I wasn't raised in Montreal. I was raised in Ontario. So, like, now I'm back in Montreal. So, like, things particular to the city, usually Clarence is, letting me know about these things.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense. So it was like when we first moved here, we didn't know anybody, so we were running hip hop karaoke, but we were trying to like promote it. I had to try and figure out the scene because I came from Toronto, where the Notion's still at, and there was this event run by Nasi, like the Narcissist, and it was like a panel event at Concordia in the big like auditorium thing, lecture theater. And Dirtwork was on the panel amongst probably I think Full Course and Seas Rock and those type of dudes who were like, the main Montreal artists at the time. And Dirtwork was so messy. It was hilarious. I just didn't really understand he was like drinking a red cup, like, and he was just slurring and being loud and cussing and all this stuff. Like, it's totally inappropriate for a panel. So I was like, who is this guy? And I've been sort of watching him over the years, like just from afar, and seeing him now getting to where he is and then winning a Grammy is like phenomenal because it's not what I would have thought when I first saw this dude. So shouts to him, Craig is in the building. What's up, bro? We're gonna have a few live comments.
What up, bro?
Hi, Craig.
He is a champion. Regular holds us down.
That's fam right there.
This evening, we're basically gonna try and keep it to three main things. We're gonna do the topics. We're gonna do the usual "What do you reckon" segment, and then we're gonna do the music as well. So, I imagine we want to get started with the topics like we usually do. Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. So.
Get into some topics.
Let's get into them. So, which one? I totally forgot what you just said, Nicky. Which ones we were going to start with? Maybe we'll do the Lil Nas.
Well, I mean, let's.
Because no, please run it.
But no, I was gonna say. I mean, if you just want to start with something utterly ridiculous, let's talk about Prince William being the sexiest bald man alive. That's
ridiculous.
The representative.
That's a headline.
Woman on the panel here. How do you feel about that?
I'm just trying to figure out like who voted, what happened, like what
voting?
Is the sample size, like that makes no sense.
Who is actually in the room, sit down and agree to all of that, like.
Right? It's so wild.
I think like Damon Wayans is sexier than that, like Morris Chestnut, like Michael Jordan, like I don't like. There's so many sexier bald men. Like
I saw the Rock people on Twitter talking about the Rock.
The Rock. Oh my god.
The Rock responded to it because someone was tweeting. I was telling you
what did he say?
That's amazing.
Dan's gonna find out. But so can we read out this headline? It says a few questions about this dubious world sexiest bald man study. So people are certainly questioning because it's got some photos of this cat and like. It's not complimentary.
No. Prince William is like, my goodness. At his best, he was cute.
Yes, in maybe like the 90s. I can see that. Let's be honest, because he was
not the 90s.
I feel like it was like because like I don't know how much they talk about the royal family out here, but in Australia because it seemed a bit more tied into the monarchy, to British culture, which I didn't realize until because Dan's from London. So until like putting it pieces together, I'm like, wow, my mum and my whole family does that. I'm like, oh, that's some British shit. I didn't realize, so I feel like they really bangs with it out there. So everyone was talking about it all the time, and like Harry was like the little shit who was getting in trouble and doing drugs and going to the military or whatever, and William was the proper guy with he looked like his mum and all this stuff, and now look at him, like it's actually just really funny to see. All right, what did the Rock say?
No, but
looks like Prince. Looks like Charles.
Yes, he
does.
That
balding gene from Charles. Sucks, mate.
Well, he definitely got the balding from Prince Charles. William does look like his mother. Yes. However, like, is it possible to look like Princess Diana and be ugly? Yes.
Savage.
Interesting.
But factual.
Wow.
I mean, tweet?
Yeah, so the Rock quote tweeted the article, and he says, "How in the how in the cinnamon toast fuck does this happen when Larry David clearly has a penis?" And he goes hashtag demanding a recount.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
That's
Larry
hilarious.
David.
Oh my
Larry
God.
David is more attractive than
Larry
that.
David.
Which is just, it's funny that I almost feel like, okay, I got a conspiracy theory. It's almost like
Bruce
this,
Willis is more attractive, if we're being honest.
Yeah, that us.
He's probably won that award before.
I reckon he would have. I feel like
Probably.
this was put out to distract, like by the royal family, to distract against the Harry and Meghan stuff. It has to be. Like,
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
They paid somebody for that because I don't even think, is he bald? Like, I've never even thought as well. He is balding, but I've never thought of him as a bald man.
No.
Yeah, I wouldn't put him in the bald category.
He's got
hair.
He just doesn't want to get rid of the.
He just doesn't want to get rid of it. Yeah.
There should be an asterisk on the title,
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
on the headline.
I reckon you're right. Someone paid them for
Sexiest
it.
balding man.
Balding man. Yeah, it's just too.
It's him and Stevie Wonder.
Yeah. At least Stevie, he's just rocking it. He's just letting it ride. He's just keeping it
Nah,
going.
but Stevie, somebody is being mean at that point.
Yeah, right.
Come home,
No. Right.
shave it off.
Shit, I mean,
Take it off,
he looked
man.
fly
Like,
with that. I guess because his hairline's got to be like.
There's only like a couple left hanging off the back.
It's like all the way back. Like,
All the
come
way
on
back.
now. You forced it.
no, it doesn't look. It looks bad. Like, no.
It does not look great. Can you read out Dan's?
He should be really into hats.
The rest of the top 5. So this, I haven't read this yet. So let's see. 'Cause
So,
I have not heard anyone talk about.
Oh yeah, I'm curious.
Obviously, number 1 is Prince William. Then number 2, Mike Tyson.
Okay.
Number 3, Jason Statham.
Okay.
Number 4, musician Pitbull. And number 5, Michael
Pitbull.
Jordan.
All right, Pitbull.
Wait, what was number 5?
Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan.
Yeah, Jordan
So
Pitbull.
Prince
I'm not
William
mad
is
at that.
sexier than all of those people. Is what this magazine is saying? Okay.
Yeah, I feel like that is offensive to all
Who
those.
got the top 10?
All those men should be very upset. So I think it comes down to the question, like it's the balding versus bald. Like, and I'm asking, I don't know, but does Michael Jordan, like, I don't know if he's bald. I think he just proactively shaves his head.
He just probably shaves it, yeah.
Right? And then
Yeah, probably.
I think
The
The Rock
Rock.
even just shaved his head.
I
as
think
well.
he's a shaver. Who else was it? Like Pip.
But the real problem here
I
is
don't think he has it.
he's the world's sexiest nothing. Like, whether it was a balding list, whether it was just plain bald, like with hair, like Prince William is the world's sexiest nothing.
Also savage, but you're not wrong. Like, who cares about him in 2021? No one cares.
I mean, to his wife, hopefully he's sexy, but like
It's it's like, well, Sean here is saying, "Damn, going in on the Prince." Like, yeah, man, we have to.
Mate, Sean
A
O.
little low. Fix that. Thank you, Tiff. So that's a pretty funny. Is that Pitbull?
This is Pitbull.
Oh man, I don't know about that. Actually, look at a picture of Pitbull and then tell me that you.
He's even in the top,
And he's not balding. He's like, you see the stubble.
Yeah,
he's
he's
just
shaved.
shaving. I don't know. Man.
Lance is like, how do I comment on men's sexiness without?
No, but for me, it just doesn't make sense. Come on, Jordan over Jordan,
Yeah,
like.
Because I mean, Michael Jordan is a handsome man,
he is.
right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
As-
it just
as
doesn't
men,
make
we
sense.
have to admit that shit. We have to admit it. Yeah, it's an interesting.
He do look like he be crying a lot, but
I think Jason Statham's an interesting one. I think he seems to be pretty popular. I guess he's. What did he do? That was
He's always in
He's
those
kinda hot.
lists.
Yeah, I can see it for like
Yeah.
that bloke. Yeah, like an aggressive, fighty guy.
It's like a movie villain.
Yeah, movie villain type of dude. What's films is he in? He's in like all the
He's in
like.
Fast and Furious latest ones.
Is he really?
Crank
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that.
and like other random action ones where the storyline doesn't matter at all. It's all about the
Yeah.
guns and the explosions
What's
It's all about this time.
and how fast he can
That's
run.
it.
And he swears a fair bit, which is always good value. So I don't know. His accent's
He's pretty
funny.
He seems pretty funny. On that note, Sean
oh,
is
we're gonna
asking,
get there.
which is should we go there now with the Nas X, or should
Yeah,
we,
yeah, let's do it.
Sean's asking what are our
Let's do
thoughts
it.
on it. So does someone want to recap? I mean, basically, I was talking to Tiff about it today because I feel like it's everywhere, this thing, all of a sudden, and I feel like when it happened, there was like when it came out, like when the music dropped, Thursday night? I guess the video dropped Thursday night to at midnight. I didn't even watch the video until like Saturday or Sunday because I kept hearing people talk about it, and I watched the video. I was like, okay, not that much of a big deal, but people are just going on and on and on about this damn thing, and then the shoes as well, which I find strange. So, for people who don't know, I mean, Lil Nas X is, I don't know, to me he makes music for children. Like if you actually listen to his stuff, it's literally just the melodies and all the production he chooses seem to be aimed at actual kids, which is kind of, that's why I'm like, I don't know, he's not talking to me, so why do I care? The song is fine.
The song was aimed to kids?
I would say his music is aimed at kids. I think he broke off of TikTok and stuff, which was back.
It's definitely marketed towards kids.
For sure. And at the time, he was, when TikTok was more in the tween age group. Now I feel like it's kind of gone beyond that. But I feel like he hit it at that point. And I know that people, our friends with kids, were telling us that they play an Old Town Road, like, to the point where they want to break it, like Baby Shark type of shit. So
yeah, that song was annoying.
Yeah, hella annoying. Way too much. So he did he released a song. He released a video, but the controversial part, he was on the stripper pole and he gave a lap dance to Satan and killed Satan. Like, the obvious part being that religion, like it seemed, if you actually read into it, it's either means nothing and it's just art, or it's religion. He's taken a jab at religion, who have always taken a jab at the LGBT community. So it was his arty way of doing it. Go on, please.
Well, thank you for telling me that, because I haven't seen the show. I haven't heard the song. I have had no interest in either. I have no interest in Lil Nas X mostly. I see that he does kind of like wild things for the media and marketing tactics or whatever. And I don't knock the hustle. It's smart. People talk about him. Whatever. He's just a young man trying to, a squirrel trying to get a nut. The video that you've described, and I have heard that he killed Satan in the video, as you said. Now that's the confusing part. So how is it a jab at religion? Because I would have thought that, killing Satan is a good thing.
So I don't know if you're familiar with the YouTuber Phil DeFranco. So he was on his news report, and this guy talks about YouTube stuff and world stuff. And when it said Lil Nas X was the lead story, I was like, okay, this is going really far. Now it's starting to infiltrate more than just the kind of culture or Twitter that I would normally see it in. So he said that the obvious part of it, where basically religion has always used the threat of hell against gay people, being like, you're going to go to hell because you're homosexual. And so he was just like, okay, showing that he was in hell, and stripper polling, which also they say is probably a path to hell, going down to hell, giving a lap dance to the devils, and like, I don't care, I'm in control here. And then so much in control that he broke his neck and then took the horns off his head. So it was described as sort of like a jab to be like, no, I'm in control, and this is throwing it back at you, and it's making you upset and making you hate it as much as you've made the LGBT community hate themselves over the years with this religious rhetoric.
Well, I say this, and then I'll let Clarence go maybe. I'll because for me the song and the shoes, again, I didn't know they were correlated. I didn't know he dropped. Then I found out about the shoes and everything. So all of this is like, okay, as a Christian woman, someone who is a believer and believes in Jesus Christ, does satanic symbolism bother me? Yeah, pretty much. Like it was weird for sure. Like but Lil Nas X is weird, so I don't like
take it seriously.
And he does things like this, so I was like, I guess. But then the shoe came out, and I was like, he was talking about there was like a blood in it or something. I was like, okay, this is a little weird. Like,
yeah.
And
I go on, sorry.
I was like, I'm sorry. I was like 60% he's trolling, and then 40% wait, what if these are actually in production or whatever? And then like the side of me that was like, if these shoes are gonna be real, then that's kind of like, now you're crossing the line. You're playing a little bit with things that are symbols that have been around for years and kind of make people uncomfortable, I would say. But a large part of me also thought he's probably trolling, as he usually does, and he's getting what he's getting the attention he usually gets from these type of things. Except for now that he's involved Nike, and it seems that it's not going to end that well for him. But we'll see.
Well, I don't know if he's trolling or if he's serious, but he's still gonna have people talking regardless. Because the same way we talk about like the religious side and everything, it's the same way people were talking about Kanye. Kanye is actually like pushing for Jesus, like pushing for that Christian movement, and we still bash him for that because we think he's not serious about it or for whatever reason. So I don't know. I feel like there's no balance out there. People are gonna talk regardless. So.
Just to clarify with the shoe collab, it's not a collab with Nike, and Sean is just saying here Nike is suing him. They're not actually suing Nas X. He wasn't named in the lawsuit. There's a brand called Mischief. It's without the without the vowels, like MSCHF.
Vowels.
And what they do is take existing things and then make something out of it. They did a holy water shoe where they put 60 cc's of holy water into a shoe, and it was all white. It was a Jesus shoe.
Oh, so the shoe is actually happening.
Oh yeah, it's real. It sold out in 1 minute. And it was about $1,000 a pop, and it was a repurposed. I don't think it was an Air Max. It was like what?
Air Max 97.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a genuine Air Max 97.
Yes. So what they did?
They fully ripped off.
Exactly. No, they didn't rip it off. They bought the shoes, and then they
then just
on there.
refitted them. Yeah.
Exactly. And then they embroidered like Luke 10:18 or something, and it was the part where it's a Bible verse that says that, and he fell from heaven into hell or something like that. And it's got a little pentagram hanging from the top, and it's got some other Lil Nas X written on the back. So all they did was like customize a pair of shoes and sold them at exorbitant prices. But that's what this brand does, and they did not remove the Nike branding, which therefore is...
It's on brand for them then.
It's 100% on brand for them if anyone knows. But the problem is because you see the shoe, it's got the swoosh on it, which in hindsight they probably should have removed. They are now being sued by Nike, and I don't know if they're saying to stop it. They're only doing, like they said, 1,000 pairs.
You think they put it upside down or something?
Okay.
Well, he already made a joke about it, so on Twitter.
Yes, exactly. He wasn't
that he's gonna be homeless after this Nike lawsuit. He's king petty. He's king troll. I feel like this whole situation smells very Generation Z. Like I
romance.
I don't.
Yeah, it's a strange situation. It's weird that it's getting this much attention, and I feel like exactly as you said before. Someone when you guys said it that he's just getting people are talking about him. So who's winning right now? He's taking the dub. He's making fun of everyone who's getting upset about it. It's fun to watch, and I'm happy for him. I don't care either way, but he seems like a nice enough kid, and he's taken a one-hit wonder and made it work. So good for him.
Yeah, I just be careful what you play with, sir.
That would be a fair. That's a fair assessment, particularly in this realm. So next, as far as other topics, should I just give y'all? Oh, Nicky, you mentioned them before. I think you might run the risk of me giving them all away because whatever we don't talk about here, we're going to be talking about on Breakdown to Lowdown next. So that's why you guys need to tune in. Which one would you like to go next? Let's choose one more, and then we'll go into the next segment. I think. Oh,
right. I thought we were doing Nipsey's killer update
correct,
that you guys will tell me about because I don't know.
Yes, no problem. Could you double check that? So, if people know, they remember this dude by the name of Eric Holder murdered Nipsey Hussle. I think it was March 31st, 2019, and he is being currently held on $6.5 million bail, and he has requested a reduction in the bail because he poses no risk to society. At the moment, is that correct?
So he wants the bail
down to $4 million. Wow, that's going to make a difference. Okay, I thought he wanted it down to like 10 grand.
Well, maybe it's the people who are paying for it. It makes a difference for that, I guess.
Could you really imagine who is paying for this individual's bail after what he did, what he took from the culture? I don't really think that many people would be too sympathetic to his cause.
Right, but is he... Correct me if I'm wrong, and this is a question for all of you guys. Is he like involved in illegal street activity?
Yeah.
Okay, so he may have members of illegal street activity memberships.
I mean, potentially.
Well, I mean, the $4 million. It's 10% of $4 million, right? So, 400,000 he would need.
Oh, that's how it works. I have no idea. Okay.
That's
Okay. So that is actually much more plausible when you put it like that. I had no clue that's how it worked. Interesting. So I mean, maybe that could be what it is. I don't know. I don't know if he was from a rival group of individuals, or if he was a part of it. I know it was just he was just jealous, and I knew he knew him. Like they knew each other from there were other photos from over the years, and he was just mad that he didn't put him on, and he just like he pulled up on him.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Whatever,
I remember this is coming back to
him,
me.
and then he came back and whatever. So I don't know if that action in and of itself breaches any codes that people have in that world. It seemed like it might have because of what Nipsey was doing for the community, and he actually cared, and he didn't have to be there, but he remained there, kept his business there, kept reinvesting there. I have a good friend who lives like streets away from there, Brad Teo, out in LA, in Baldwin
nice.
Hills. So he was just telling me, like, because he goes there every day. It's past he goes past there to get home. So like, and people just knew he was out there, and he actually contributed. He was a valued member of the community. So on top of the selfishness for all of us, we just want more music from someone like that. But like he helped people, so I don't know how unless he had other beefs, I don't think because he gave back so much. I don't know unless his jealousy didn't seem like there was too many reasons to hate him.
Well, it's definitely jealousy, and in that world, they say it's unfortunate because you do want to stay and help in the place that made you who you are, but a lot of people, as soon as they get out the hood, and people will talk badly about them, but they're getting out for a reason. It's not the safest environment, and with Nipsey, I guess he thought that he had earned that respect there, and he had earned a sort of protection and safety there, which unfortunately in the end he had not. And just to end that conversation for the judge, the bail should not be reduced. He is absolutely a risk.
And it's crazy, like even by my own personal experience, like by going to the Marathon Star, like the area, it's pretty much a safe one. You have kids running around and all that, multiple businesses. So for it to happen over there, it's like, man, especially to a guy that been given so much, because out there we see a lot of people like they talk about like doing good to the community, giving back, but we would actually see it from our own eyes, the work that he's doing and all that. So now I don't feel like the judge should reduce the bail at all, because when he like this guy older, he took out a big piece from the culture in the community. So
the audacity of these people, like to kill somebody and then just like have no remorse too, like just
as well.
Who are you?
Right, and particularly just be like the people that like it's actually more he was saying he's not a danger. I feel like the community is going to be a danger to him. I don't know how safe he would be if he was just let out on bail and just out here wearing the streets. I think there's going to be
that's a fact too.
There's going to be a lot of shooters out there wanting to be the one to revenge, like you guys were saying, like such an important individual. I don't think he would do
I just heard something about Selena's killer possibly being out in 2025 or something, and like there was a comment on the YouTube video story that I saw, and a lot of people were talking about things I maybe don't know anything about in this community, but they were like, as soon as if she ever steps out of that jail, she is dead. I'm like, might want to stay there, sis.
Where was that? Was that in Mexico, if I'm not mistaken, or was it in the States?
No, she's in jail in the States.
Okay.
She killed her here. Well, in the States.
Okay, I didn't know that.
But I just feel like it's crazy. Like some like people would kill you. Like you would kill somebody. I think the same thing with the alleged killers of Pac and Biggie. Like some of just the reckless stuff that comes out of people's mouths is interesting.
Yeah, people have a false sense of, I don't know, their false sense of their own either importance or like that they're going to be okay. Maybe because they're not out, they don't have access to what people are saying or something, so they don't know like how serious it is. But it definitely seems like
they bind to their own hype as well, right? Because you become kind of notorious after you make the person immortal, but you also what did Kendrick say? But the one behind the gun list forever or something.
Yeah.
No, the one in front of the
Front
gun
of the
list
gun list
forever.
forever, yeah.
So you make that person immortal, but you also become one of the most known killers ever, and some people get high off that.
Yeah. That's a good
I would
point.
think. I don't know. I've never killed.
No, neither have I. But I imagine that there's definitely, if like you don't think you're going to do anything else great in life, then the biggest thing you can do is take out someone who's done better than you and be happy with yourself with that. I don't know, it's sad. Craig is saying, yeah, it's broken, unguided individuals influenced by older versions of themselves. Kind of, it is. It speaks to a deeper problem in society, of course, but definitely fucked up to hear that. But I can't imagine that happening. If anything does, we'll definitely keep you all posted. So in the interest, we're already at half an hour in already. Look at that, killing it. So,
bang.
Shall we? Oh, real quick. We don't really go too deep into it, but just to touch on it, if we didn't mention this last time, because since the last episode, a new Verzuz was announced. SWV versus Escape on Saturday, May the 8th, which is going to be. Actually, you know what? Before I even talk about that, I was going to mention just the next two, but being that you two are the R&B podcasters, you know what's popping. What do you guys? How do you guys feel about that? Two groups who were big in the '90s, and
Well, we split, so Clarence, go ahead.
I was just saying that it's not a good matchup. I feel as SWV, they're gonna wash Escape. So I feel like Escape should have go against like a group like Guy, Total.
I love how you keep saying Total. That's so funny.
I don't know, but that's what's coming to my mind. But I feel like it's not a good matchup. I feel.
Are you saying that Total and all the people you mentioned would be a better matchup for Escape or for SWV?
Escape.
Escape.
That makes sense. So basically saying SWV is elevated and Escape didn't have as many hits, which I think is the data could probably tell us more.
See, I don't necessarily agree. I think Escape has a fighting chance in this. I obviously think SWV had the more impactful mainstream hits, and I think it's gonna become a thing of preference in this one, similar to Ashanti and Keisha Cole, where obviously Ashanti had the bigger mainstream pop and B hip hop hits, and Keisha Cole, is just a soul favorite. A lot, and she sings better, but depending, it's gonna depend on.
They were in the same bracket though, at least compared to like SWV.
I really don't agree. I feel like they're two, like Keisha Cole and Ashanti were so completely different. I was just like, why? But I get in terms of, I guess, I really don't know what they were matching them up in terms of, because they have no history with each other. Nobody associates them with each other. But
for the record, Keisha
so I do think
that Keisha dominated on paper, like washed Ashanti. I think I had Keisha like 16 to 4. Like that much washed, because Ashanti just doesn't have. It's not the same. Like I don't think it's in. I think mostly what you said because of. You could argue because of preference. I just think like you could listen to these and like it'd be hard to pick the Ashanti song as the better song.
Yeah, that one's like pop versus R&B. That wasn't R&B head to head.
Yeah, I think that's really what it comes down to.
Yeah.
And so if you look at SWV and Escape, then I would say they're both in the same realm. But you are right, Nicky, that they don't have any history together. They weren't really collaborating with the same people. I guess Escape was so deaf, and SWV was. I don't think really they were associated with anyone. If I'm not mistaken, they worked.
Escape had a cute moment. They were a cute group. They had some notable hits, but SWV has that edge over them. But me, in terms of like the reason on the show on our show I said I'm going with Escape, that it's a thing of music wise I enjoy Escape more. That's but I'm not gonna fool myself in thinking that SWV didn't have the bigger impact. That's a lie.
And the thing too, what I was coming from too, like SWV compared to Escape, still to this day, like 2021, there's a lot of songs coming out right now. There's a lot of SWV in them, a lot of samples compared to Escape. Like I don't know, Escape or not. The new generation, I don't know if they know a lot like that about Escape.
I think the new generation has had a resurgence of Escape because of T.I. and Tiny Family Hustle, because of Real Housewives of Atlanta and Candy being one of the
Yeah.
stars on there. That brought a lot of Escape back to the forefront. But SWV, I've always honestly, I just like it's the Coco show. Like if it's not for her, I really don't. you know.
Was there a lead in Escape? Probably Candy. Or was it?
No, not Candy. Candy holds down those low notes really well. I mean, I'm not no shade to Candy. Candy has her moments, and a lot of people like to shade her vocal ability. But Latasha is the singer in that group. Yeah.
But,
I have a
I
question
guess-
for you guys because.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, go please.
No, I had a question for you guys because this keeps coming up, and Clarence and I are very like at odds on this, and it was a conversation, another Verzuz themed conversation that Timbaland was on the Breakfast Club and claimed that Chris Brown would beat Usher in the Verzuz, and I'm just curious to know other opinions.
You guys have any thoughts?
I think Chris Brown would beat Usher. Yeah.
Now, is that to be?
Wait, how old are you?
I'm 23. So I think maybe because of recency bias,
that's what I was thinking,
because obviously I grew up on Usher towards the latter stage of his like musical career,
Which wasn't as fire.
which wasn't like that fire. Like I respect Usher, like I know he's meant to be sick, but like
Also, he put Biebs on. Biebs is the god.
Okay. So
Oh, that's true.
so,
He did discover the beep.
Just you, mate.
That's just okay. It's just
No,
but for me,
there's no bad answers, to be honest.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
there's probably no bad answers. But growing up, I would say Chris Brown was like up there, like the best. Like Chris Brown, when I was younger, was what Drake is like now. So like he was probably like the biggest thing ever until the reality. But yeah, like he was huge.
that was like what your people and everyone listened to.
Well, everyone, yeah, literally not even people that I chill with, but like all my
just-
friends.
it was like the big
including-
artists.
Yeah, he was like the Drake of that era.
Okay, word.
Mm.
Nosh, what you reckon?
Yeah, Usher's the GOAT, and I guess Chris Brown's got like more songs because he's been doing it for maybe longer, and he's got shitloads of features.
Tiffany, which way are you
But
going
yeah,
there? You going Usher?
Usher's the
Because
GOAT.
I need to know.
Oh, Usher's her
He's
favorite.
definitely going on. I got a bad feeling.
Tiffany, there you go.
Oh.
Tiffany gets the.
See?
She understands me.
No, but I feel Usher, like any track that Usher would play, Chris Brown have an answer for it. Both of them could do like 3-4 verses, but like each of them
Absolutely,
have an
Chris
answer
has an answer, but he doesn't have a better answer. And this is what I keep arguing with Clarence. Like he can match up with certain songs, but when you compare the songs, it's like Usher kind of takes the edge in each. And listen, this conversation kept coming up on Twitter, on like everywhere, and I was just like, why are people disrespecting Usher like this? It became offensive at one point, like because I was just like, I got a little hot because one, like as one of the viewers said, it's different eras. Two, what are we doing? We're just playing in people's faces like Usher.
It's
Usher.
Tiff is clapping for you.
Trust me,
Nicky.
man.
She's loving it. She's loving it. I think man, do you know what it is? Just to put it in context, I've seen the debates on Twitter about this as well, and I'm kind of torn because the Ashanti Keisha Cole. I'm a Keisha fan. I've never really liked Ashanti that much. Keisha, I banged her since the first album, and I have a lot of like memories with her stuff. So I was going into it kind of biased, but I was like, no, Ashanti's gonna win for sure. We're watching Joe Biden's podcast, and Joe was like, Keisha, I was definitely gonna get her. I'm like, no, bro, there's no
I
way.
had Keisha personally.
Say that again.
I had Keisha
You
personally.
had Keisha personally. Okay, so you guys were much smarter with the way that this comes down. But if you look at it on paper, Ashanti was going to dominate. But then you actually listen to the songs when they put them side by side, and you're like, oh shit, okay. And it's
There's
all-
levels and levels above.
Right. So I think the same thing. Now I would probably still have to go Usher because I'm older and My Way was like my jam, in the 90s and stuff. Like that album meant a lot to me as well. To be fair, I didn't really bang so much else after that, but that was huge. and I feel like it's not. Excuse me. Just like Keisha and Ashanti, it's not really fair because I really feel like you've got to be of the same era, like start around the same time. Like Usher's first album, I thought My Way was his first, and I found out recently it wasn't. It was his second album. His first was like in '92.
No, it's not.
Is that right?
He had another one before.
Right.
Yeah.
So Usher's
that was actually My Way is the third, is it not?
Okay.
My Way the second, no?
Okay, I thought it was the second.
Maybe the second? Okay.
Self-titled
My
album
was
was
the
94. Oh shit, okay, so in my head, My Way was 94, so it's completely... I remember I looked this up recently because of this talk, and I had to double check. Okay, well, My Way's 97, Jesus. Okay, that makes more sense. So, oh yes, it had You Make Me Want on now, okay. So, Chris Brown didn't come out to what, 03, 04?
05.
05, okay.
05.
Damn.
And I remember banging heavy with Give Me That and all, Run It and all that stuff.
Yeah,
like,
Run It.
Classics back in the
Right.
day.
No,
But
Chris Brown is an icon in his own right.
But you're right. I feel like I don't know until you. I don't know if I can give you a definitive answer. I feel like probably Usher would take it because of like a seniority thing, but maybe it comes down to the personal taste. I don't know. I don't think it's a great matchup though. If it really comes down to it, Sean just saying
Right, because people are trying
to.
People are trying to do the generation things like like older versus younger, which I think that's what Usher and Chris Brown would be. Like Usher, I think is like a generation before, but like if you just think about it, for me, it's like every answer would be a non-answer. Like if Usher plays Nice and Slow and Chris Brown responds with Take You Down, Nice and Slow still takes it. If Chris Brown plays With You and Usher responds with You Got It Bad takes it. Like it's just how.
I see what you're saying. Do you know what? The only comeback to that I would have is that the number one thing I've noticed with Verse is that the matchups for the songs are very poor a lot of the time. Like someone will come with they'll go and they'll do their hit in like the fifth song in, and we're like, what are you doing? Like that's the big one.
Dumb strategies.
So like even Raekwon and Ghostface, they played Ice Cream. I know I wasn't taking that seriously as a battle, but like as opposed to the others.
It was like a friendly, like an exhibition soccer game.
That's exactly what it felt like. And like they played Ice Cream so early, I'm like really, and then they ended with so many like inappropriate songs, and a lot of them didn't even come close. So I feel like I've seen that a lot. Like Ashanti put this whack ass song up against like Love or something from Keisha, like something that it just couldn't even possibly. It's not in the same stratosphere. It's embarrassing actually for her.
No, I feel you.
So I don't know. I feel like
But
whoever's helping them pick. Sorry, Clarence.
No, but I was about to say that's why I like the Jeezy and Gucci Mane one because like each run is like damn, okay, all right, cool.
It was better.
Yeah, I like that. I like the choices for those ones.
Born, like, and especially like for example, like his first round, like Gucci went like right at it. Round one, it's like, oh, okay, he definitely got the round like from the get go. So I like that one to be honest. And Jeezy, like we all know, like Thug Motivation 101, that is classic album. So he literally played a bunch of joints from that one. You understand that you got to play the hits, you got to play the classics.
Yep.
Yeah, I feel like they're getting their personal favorites as artists, which doesn't necessarily mean that resonates with the people as much. So therefore, it's like harder. But it's getting.
Got to go with the crowd.
Yeah, you have to play to the crowd. This is what this whole thing is for. Like, I mean, you can be a little selfish. It's your art, it's your show, whatever. Cool. But to make the heaviest impact, I don't know. I feel like you do have to play to the crowd with these things. So
and they should do that because everyone's like going to go stream them on Spotify and iTunes after the battles because like everyone's stocks have gone up. So they should be playing to the crowd and I think whether it's the DJs picking it or management, whatever, but whoever's picking it needs to, be more strategic because it's going to lead to a bigger bet for the whole team, really.
Yeah. Great point. It's going to be an interesting one. So I'm actually quite looking forward to it. But then before then, we have Ozzy Brothers and Earth, Wind and Fire on April 4th. So that's next week, eh? Shit. And then
next week.
Even bigger, Redman and Method Man on April 20th.
For all the small Buddhas out there.
Yeah, that one's gonna be. I feel like that one's not a battle. Like I feel like
no, that's just a smoke fest.
Couldn't hold a torch to Method Man's catalog anyway, but
I don't know, man. I'm torn regarding that one. I don't know which way to go, man. I'll go with Method Man on that one.
They've done a bunch of collaborations. I've forgotten who did whose song, and sometimes you'd be like, you forget that it's a Redman song, but it's just Meth had the better verse on it, so you listen to it for that reason. But yeah, I reckon there'll be a few surprises on that one for sure.
I hope they bring people out. That's gonna be a good one. I think the
Yeah, guests will be fun. Like Cypress Hill should come out.
Yeah, that's a good one. I didn't even know if they
someone like that anyway.
The so that's gonna be fire. But I like how they're pushing this forward anyway. I like that they got the.
I like it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of cool with this Triller. What do you guys think of Dan, you didn't see it, I guess, but what do you guys all think of the Triller application, having to run it through there, or did you guys just go IG Live?
IG Live.
From
Because it was asking me to sign up. And I was like, I don't have time. I'm already 12 minutes late. I want to watch it.
yeah, I
So
still
just
haven't
stuck to
gotten
IG.
Triller.
Okay.
No, I'm just watching on Instagram, but I like the new changes that have happened since they've collabed with Triller.
Sold to Triller.
Right.
They
Sold, yeah.
Yeah, they fully, like, it was cool. I guess you just didn't think, because like even Apple Music, if you didn't have an Apple Music account, you could still go to the homepage and just play it from there and run it. Where like you said, you have to log in and make an account. So it was a little annoying, but the actual experience was great. Like once it's in there, it was fine. But the other annoying thing, like the smart TV or the Apple TV, if you want to stream it on there, it doesn't have any apps or anything for it. So you had to like mirror the computer up there, which is fine, but it wasn't the same. Whereas if you could play, because it still sometimes like lags a bit, but when it was straight from the Apple app on there, it was so much easier. So that would be the only criticism I'll probably have with that. But at least now they've planned them out. Like, did you guys see that? They had that promos piece they launched where it had the next two, and then the rest of them were all blurred out. Love that.
Yes.
Yeah, that was cool.
I like that.
the hype.
I mean, that means they got what, 8 planned? I think I counted on there, 7 or 8, which is amazing. So there's
Which one you think is coming next?
after SWV.
After the 3 they just announced.
So yeah, I
Because-
think SWV was the latest one. So I mean, the fact that Timberland's on the Breakfast Club talking about Usher and Chris Brown, that means maybe that's something like that in the works, which
Yeah.
and it might not be those two, but
They mentioned as well, like it's harder for the ladies. So, like they kept. Well, I was in on Twitter Spaces yesterday, and they were doing something for the anniversary of Verzuz, and Swiss was talking about how it's been like really harder to get the ladies Verzuz set up and stuff. So I don't know if it's like scheduling and stuff. So something told me like, well, maybe I shouldn't get my hopes up for the matchups I'm hoping to see. But yeah,
who are you guys hoping to see?
I just want to see them. I want to see if they're able to get Beyonce to do something.
That would be
That would be like, I would bow
that
down
would break the
to that.
internet. That would actually break it. Like
Man, I would like to see it.
Actually,
I
physically
would like
break
to
it.
see a versus Nas.
Yeah.
That would be
Nas.
a dope one.
who would you put Nas against?
Yeah.
The only person Nas could go against is Jay. I
I would do Nas against Jay though.
Yeah, that's the only one. But I wonder
Because
if
They
that's
could
not
do that.
all
That's game over.
discussion.
Yeah.
dude, that would be like, I think we'd cry as grown human beings. I think I would cry.
Getting
Like, I got
too emotional for that one.
And like I remember a lot of people were like divided. They were like, "No, Nas got him. No, Jay got him with the cover." So it's gonna bring that old debate.
I want to see Missy do something as well.
Yeah,
I don't
Missy.
necessarily know who I want to see these people against,
That's
but
the thing, yeah.
She gotta go
Missy and
against
Busta
Busta.
people have been talking about. So
Missy versus Busta.
Missy and Busta. That's
Cool. You know what? That's a great point, because it's been like gender. It's like sports. Like it's like a female singer,
Yeah.
singer, male rapper.
mix it up.
Like, let's switch it up. That's such a good point. I didn't even consider that, and that's how much brainwash we all are. The one I would love to see, and I can't figure out who to put her against, is Mary J. Blige. She is the queen.
Ooh.
And I don't know who would be a fit, because
Music Soul Child?
I mean,
Mariah
that's-
Carey. Nah.
Music,
I think
Mariah Carey.
Mariah's interesting.
Yeah.
It's different.
Mariah's
like,
washing anybody,
that's the
so
only
let's
problem.
not do that.
Would she wash Mary?
Not everybody.
She would wash Mary. Like people were saying Mary and Tony, and they did the matchup between Tony and and I was like, and I was looking at the scorecard. I'm like, Tony's giving Mary a run for her money. Mary still
Like edges there?
see for and that one too is I think for me it's gonna be a thing of preference, which voice you like more. If you're more into a hip hop soul type of gritty sound, you're gonna go with most of the Mary tracks are gonna resonate with you. If you're more into sexy like heartbreak R&B, then obviously Tony Braxton will be your choice. But I couldn't think of anybody closer in terms of their hit catalog than that. But I don't know. They both cater to heartbroken women though, so that's true.
Tiff was telling me that was what her mom, because I felt it was kind of strange being like white boys from suburban Melbourne, Australia, listening to Mary J. Blige in the 90s. But Tiff was telling me her mom was listening to that, and it helped her get through some shit in her life. And then so I was like, oh yeah, I never really considered it like that. You're right. I think that's actually a pretty dope match.
Heavy D.
Oh, here we go. What you said. I would have loved to see Heavy D and Humpty Dance's fucking Shock G from Digital Underground. You could still. That's
an interest. That's random, but okay.
That is super random. Yeah, there's so many possibilities. So people got some ones here. There's
some here.
Run now. These are what? Where are these from?
This is just off random website.
Five versus battles the culture deserves in 2021. Run that.
Dre versus Diddy.
Dre already declined though. Which that would
Dre,
be
yeah.
Dre versus Diddy. Ooh.
Yeah. Dre already said there's no way he'd do it. I heard the audio from it. He was talking to Teddy Riley after that one.
He said there's no way.
There's no way.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's what they were saying at the Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
Okay, Dre.
A Tribe Called Quest versus De La Soul.
That's a good one.
Ooh.
And they're all 5's gone, but that could be a good one.
Damn.
3-6 Mafia versus Outkast.
No. Outkast.
That's not a good one.
No, that's not a good question.
No.
That's a bad one.
3-6 Mafia.
3-6 suck.
I can't stand.
Good. You don't even need to worry.
That's not a good battle at all.
3-6 should go against like someone else from Memphis, but not against Outkast.
No.
Like,
who could you even put out?
they'll get watched.
I mean, Andre's not doing it for sure. He's not doing it, but you could still get Big Boy just to play the songs. So I feel like it'd have to be a
who
big
you would put
boy
Outkast against?
Well, yeah. Like who would you put?
Themselves. Just have a versus for themselves. Play their songs and be a concert.
Yeah, that's probably the easiest one. Sean saying Eminem versus MGK.
Nah, I'm good with that.
I'm sure MGK would.
Yeah.
That would be embarrassing. So okay, Outkast is a tough one. What else we got?
KRS-One versus Public Enemy.
Okay. I mean,
Ooh,
sure.
which one?
KRS-One
Public Enemy.
Yeah. I mean, it's
That's not a good match, though.
Yeah. You say not
A group against a solo artist.
That's what I'm saying.
I would put Public Enemy against
Yeah,
NWA,
that's the only.
maybe.
Huh.
Well,
That's an interesting one. Different styles, but still of the era. That's
Because they had the same message at the end, talking about the government, politics. So
that's a good one. You know who Public Enemy is? Oh, Jen's.
wow.
That's a shocker.
Sorry.
But no, I want to give Dan props. He knows all the lyrics to like Easy and NWA songs. So.
Oh, okay.
He might be a child, but he knows his stuff.
I know a little stuff.
For a child. Sorry, man. Okay. Tiff says Big Boy versus Andre, which is probably the only way to do it.
Ooh.
I think that's the money. That's the money move. Right?
Well, that's what they did with Ghost and Ray, so that's the same kind of deal. It's like a friendly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
kind of concept, yeah.
And maybe Andre would do it if it was just against Big Boy or something like that, as opposed to like.
Because they always praise each other as like, "No, you're the better rapper. No, you're the better rapper." They always have that back and forth of seen it a few times pop up in the publications. But that would be a great matchup.
Sometimes they're throwing too much love, man. I like to see the messiness sometimes, man. You need to be competitive.
Aggression.
Needs to be some competition.
You like the drama.
The drama.
You like the drama.
Oh man,
I could have, but I
like the
couldn't
tension.
take. That was too much. There was too much tension during Jeezy and Gucci. I was like, oh my god, somebody's gonna die. Somebody.
Yo, that was intense though, for real. Like that was.
Would have had
crazy.
fun with that one.
Yeah, right. And there was one more here, which is an interesting one.
Buster versus LL Cool J.
I don't think
Because they're both from the same
Buster
era,
versus
but it's not the
LL
same
Cool J.
lane.
No, it's
That would be a dope one too, but I don't know, man. I feel
I'd rather see like.
I got
I
love
don't
for
know.
LL, but Buster would wash him. I feel.
Yeah.
Yo, Buster people don't get it, man. Buster got songs for days.
So
For
many.
days. For days.
Like,
He
he
owns
got hits for
decades.
days. I don't know.
Yeah, man. after
Man.
you guys said Missy versus Busta, I'm sold on that one.
Yeah, I
think
can't
that's-
say anything else now. Like
Yeah,
it has to
same.
be that.
I think LO could go up against like Rakim or Big Daddy Kane or something, but that's like of that.
But then it's pop versus hip hop, kind of, or not pop, but you know what I
Well,
mean. Like
Cool J had
LL had
both.
that edge.
Just put
You are
LL
right,
on
though.
the screen and have him play his songs. I'll watch it.
Yeah, I feel like just wear his wife beater. There you go. He's a sexy bald man, is he not? Fuck.
Mm.
Yeah, he is
should be
the
on the list.
sexiest bald man.
Right? You have to add him to the list. So that's pretty sick. That's actually really good to get other perspectives because we've talked about this at length, and I imagine you guys have as well. So it's really not interesting to get some other ideas about it. Now we're pushing. I don't know how tight we are for time, so we could either skip the what do you reckon with the question segment and go straight to the music, or we could do both and make it quick. What are you guys feeling? I'm happy to.
But let's do both and make it quick because I was excited about
Oh,
all
okay.
of it.
I don't want to disappoint you. Okay, fantastic. So, let me just play the little sound. This is the, what do you reckon? All
What do you
right,
reckon?
so, you know what? Guess first, please. So, if everyone who's listening or watching, if you already know, we just ask a stupid question that doesn't really have, it might not be stupid actually, it might be quite an intelligent question. I probably shouldn't say that. And just something fun that might not even be about the culture and stuff, and just sometimes we elaborate a lot on these things. So I guess with now there's 5 of us, maybe try and keep it short and sort of like the first thought
Alright.
that we could do. Please, Sean, just really quickly, the last thing is saying, I guess Biz Markie versus Slick Rick. Interesting one.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Interesting.
Are we
That could
doing
be.
that? Were we okay?
Oh, I was just answering
We're
the last
doing-
thing. Because there's like a delay for the live, so the comments come in about the stuff we were talking about 2 minutes ago.
No. I got it. I was just saying I didn't know we were like doing dead people.
Biz Markie's not dead.
He's not dead.
Slick
He died?
Rick is
No, Slick Rick's not dead.
Slick Rick's not dead.
No.
Oh.
No.
Thank
You might be
goodness he isn't.
confusing with something
I
else.
just killed that man. Knock on wood.
Yo, you got me fucked up for a quick
Sad.
moment.
Say a
Oh,
couple
like,
breaths.
Yeah, I was like,
That's
shit.
the way.
No,
Like,
he's
damn.
You're right, and I was just like, and I just listened to him on Mariah's album, like right before doing this. I'm like, Slick Rick is not dead.
No, he is not dead. Thank God. But that's another whole conversation about should they do posthumous ones and maybe like have someone close to them play.
No, I don't think so.
Like a Leo. Or
Tupac
something.
hologram.
That's weird.
Hologram, yeah. It is a
No.
That's way.
Kidding, I'm kidding.
No holograms.
Holograms are creepy.
They are so creepy and they're gross. And they
Absolutely.
All right. Whoever would like to go first, Nicky, Clarence, please ask your fantastic question.
so-
I'm excited.
Any question? Random question?
A random question that's
Anything.
I gave you like some of the ones we've had in the past. Were like, what's your favorite TV theme song of all time? And
Okay.
what fictional character would you be friends with? So if you don't have one right now, you can think about it. We can move around. We'll come back. Rather
Well,
than
I got
jump
one
the spot.
actually.
You got one? All right, let's run it.
Yeah, I got one. A random one.
I like it.
If you wear a pair of sneaker, which one would you be and why?
Nice. Nice. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Whoever
That's
has
a good one.
whoever has the answer first,
Ooh.
jump in.
What?
Oh, answer the fast. Oh, I already have mine.
Oh, you know the
What is
answer?
You got yours?
Yeah, answer. Nicky, please go for it.
I don't know if there's different types or things of this one, but definitely one of the Adidas NMDs type
Yeah, I know what you're talking
sneaker
about.
because they're
Like
comfortable but stylish,
Yeah.
and that's how I like to be.
I like that. That's a good answer.
Okay.
Okay.
Man, I will go with man, Chuck T's, Chuck Taylor's, man. A
Classics.
nice fresh pair of Chucks. Classics. It goes with everything. You can go to weddings with them. You can just like have like you can wear high socks with them. You can do anything with them. Like, any type of color for
You can wear it at
like,
weddings, Clarence? That's what we're doing? Okay.
Yeah, once with a nice suit, with a nice like pair of black Chucks, classics.
It is a good look.
Man.
That's a good answer.
Gotta own the swag.
Right.
But
Don't come to my
Chucks,
wedding with those on.
That's not a bad day, trust me.
He said, trust me.
It's funny, it's random, but like I went to a wedding once and like the grooms and the 2 people that got married, they all wear Chucks. That was
That's cool.
dope.
That is actually
Yeah.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, because they both the couple actually both of them their favorite sneakers were Chucks, so that's why they did that.
That's
Swaggy.
I like that.
Yeah.
Nurse or Dan, do you guys have a thought? Are you still you researching? Keep looking. Nurse, you got one?
I'll probably go. I've something I bought a couple of times in the last 15 years. The suede Pumas. They're just like, classic, sleek. Again, you could wear them to a wedding, so I could attend the same wedding as Clarence, and we can just mob out with our gangster shoes on, classic throwback shoes on. But yeah, I guess those because they're sleek and they're comfy, but they're also, I don't know, tried and true. I guess I had a boot option, but I think I went with casual. So there you go.
I like that. That's dope. Sean is saying here, and he kind of took what I was gonna say, so I might change my answer. But he's like high top Air Force Ones. He said black. They go with everything. Same as like the Chucks.
That's
if you're all black,
The black ones though, that's a little.
Yeah, that's a bit weird.
Yeah, the black
I'll go with
ones.
the white ones.
Yeah,
then.
I was gonna say white Air Force Ones because of that. They're classic, but they're modern. You can customize them. They go with most things as well. But otherwise, I'd probably say the Yeezy 350.
Wallabies.
Ooh.
Wallabies is a good
Okay,
one.
I
Clean,
see.
versatile, earthy. I like that.
Ooh.
Wallabies.
Nice one,
I
great.
like with
Nice
the
one.
Yeezys. The Yeezys are fresh. They're really well made. They're comfortable. They look fire. You could also wear them to a wedding if you get the right colorway. If you can want to drop the money on
I'd
them.
rather use this.
They're
Yeah,
expensive.
we all hitting wedding with sneakers right now. Man. That's the way.
You got me started, bro. You got me started. Even though I don't even like weddings, but if I'm gonna go, goddamn, I'm be comfortable. You got yours?
Mine would be the first ever pair of Jordan 1s.
Oh, like the OG,
The
88
the
or
ones that he
Oh,
wore.
geez,
he cut his
fam.
foot.
Yeah,
The red and black ones.
Red
Yeah.
and black ones.
Sick.
That's what it is.
That was
That's
fire.
what
That's a great question. Nicky.
Okay,
I'm ready.
I have a question. Okay, well, I would like to know, like, first when you answer the questions, give your real one and then say your answer.
Okay.
If you could be any sign other than the sign that you are currently, which sign would it be?
Damn.
And I'll start off because you guys probably
As in
need
star
to
sign?
think.
Mate.
Yeah, like
I have no idea.
astrology sign. Yeah. I'm an Aquarius, and if I could be any other sign, because I love being an Aquarius, but I would be a Libra, because I don't know. I hear good things about Libras. I'm compatible with Libras. They're very attractive people. Usually, they know how to command a room, and this is going a little deep star astrology dive here, but in my chart, my rising, so my ascendant is Libra, so that's what I present as, but my sun sign, obviously my overall sign is Aquarius, so I've always had a connection with Libra, so if I could be, I would be that.
That's a good answer. These are great questions.
That's a good question.
Do you all
Man,
have an
I will
answer?
go with Taurus.
Yeah. Taurus? Okay.
Yeah.
Taurus. And what are you? Let them know what you are, though.
Yeah, I'm a Pisces.
Okay.
Well, why I'm saying that because I'm someone like my nature. I'm super laid back. I don't stress for nothing, and I feel like Taurus people in general got that sense of urgency in life, even though it's for no reason. Sometimes I feel,
That's true.
but they feel for that sense of urgency. So, yeah, that would be the main
So you want a little bit of that?
I like that. That's a good answer too.
Okay, that's a good answer.
Nurse, you or something?
I like that. Well, for the kids at home, I'm a Scorpio. I honestly, genuinely, truly know fuck all about the whole astrology thing, so I couldn't even guess. I'm very proud to own the Scorpio tag, even though some people seem
Are
to have
you?
a funny skew to it. But
Yeah, you guys are
yeah, so I'm pretty happy about that. I'm going to keep it. I think I don't know what else I would be, so I'll just settle with what I got, mate.
That's what Sean said. Sean said he's a Sagittarius and he wouldn't change it at all. I mean, obviously none of us were.
Sagittarius is a good sign. I like Sagittarius.
Mm.
Sagittarius.
What you got, young man?
I'm an Aquarius.
Uh-uh.
And I'm
Oh,
Oh, you're an
another one.
Aquarius.
Yeah. And I don't think I'd change it. I don't know. I don't know much about it, but I feel like Aquarius is
better than no one else.
they
No,
got
we
good rep.
lit. We lit. You
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
Don't
we-
change
yeah,
it.
That's it. We got a good rep.
Yeah, I like that. That's a dedication. I am an Aries. My birthday is next weekend, and
Hey.
I
Oh,
would
okay.
probably
Happy early birthday.
Unfortunately, a milestone birthday in quarantine.
Hey,
so
it's a blessing still.
you know, we breathe and we out here.
Still alive, man.
Yeah, man, it's not optimal, but I would probably say Cancer because Tiffany, some of my favorite people are Cancer. Tiffany's my girlfriend; she's our producer as well. Her mother's also a Cancer. Some of my favorite people.
Cancers are cool.
Cancer's like hell.
Yeah.
She just says that. I'm a Cancer. We're amazing people.
One of my top matches. But usually people tell me like about Cancer men and Aquarius men can be a little challenging.
Tell me about
and
it.
in my experience with the men of those signs has been quite interesting. Get you a Pisces? Nah.
No.
See,
man.
I can't do Pisces. You guys are high maintenance.
It's
Pisces are high maintenance.
It's so funny how true.
They love their clothes and stuff.
That's
whatever.
interesting. I feel like there's some that like people know about. Like Notion is a Scorpio. Our dad was a Scorpio. I've known other people who were, and they've got a lot of similar traits. Like I know that everyone shits on Scorpios and Geminis, and I've had a bunch of people in my life that are Geminis that are all bonkers. Every one of them, hands down. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, it's a real thing. It's I'm saying
Geminis are crazy, but
they're fucking crazy. Respect
they
you.
are,
Jesus
but
Christ.
it's a crazy that Aquarius knows how to tame crazy. So they're one of our highest matches, honestly. Geminis and Leos, and yes, the Geminis I have encountered are special, but there's a way to like finesse them. I don't know. It's weird.
Interesting. You're right. You would be a Gemini team. I like that.
Scorpio are the worst sometimes, I swear.
Yeah.
I live
tell
with
me
one. I'm
about
working with Scorpio, so I've seen it all.
Yeah.
All the Scorpios I know are the same. All of them are the same.
Yeah, and Notion and our dad is very similar in the way that they sort of handle stuff. They're a handful. Love you though. Craig is saying, can you see? Maybe,
Disagree.
No, I'm saying I love you. Though. It's okay. Nicky, do you know what that is? Craig is saying a triple. Is that the Gemini sign? A triple Gemini here and proud of it, or whatever that sign is.
That's a Gemini.
That's a Gemini. Sorry, Craig.
I don't know why.
Heavy, bro.
If he's saying triple, do you mean that your sun, your ascendant, and your moon are Gemini? Because that would be wild.
I imagine that's what. Oh, he knows. For real, would be Craig. So he knows. Sorry, bro. I mean that with love. And Tiff is saying everyone I met follows their sign so strongly. Yeah, which is true. Sean saying my Dukes is Gemini. I don't know how that goes. It's savage. This is an interesting conversation. I like it a lot. I don't want to. I'll keep it pushing just to keep time going. But No Short Dan, do you have your question?
Yeah, I have my question.
Okay, run now.
It's random. That's how.
Random. Everyone's random today. This is great.
Okay. Would you rather get a paper cut every time you touch paper, or bite your tongue every time you eat?
Wow.
Wait, get a paper cut. I will take the paper cut because I hate biting my tongue. That is like a paper cut sucks as well. But well, actually, think about it. Because recently I had a paper cut, and during COVID times it's hell. Because that sanitizer in every store, okay, it stinks. It stinks. Like I feel like if it wasn't like a pandemic, I wouldn't even have noticed my paper cut. But and I was running errands that day, so it was like every time I went in somewhere, it's like, please disinfect your hands. I was like, fuck.
Yo, that is actually the worst. I would imagine we'd all pretty much go paper cuts here.
Definitely take
because we eat more than we touch paper. Let's be honest.
It's not even just that.
We all have cell phones,
I
like
bite my
smartphones.
tongue.
We don't rush
I
down.
feel like I get pissed every single time I bite my tongue.
Oh yeah,
As
because
in,
then
like,
you keep gnawing on it every time it like swells out at the side or
but
whatever.
then paper cut is what it is. Like that wouldn't annoy me as much. But it happens. But then I
That's a funny
actually get
question.
angry whenever I bite my tongue. I'm genuinely angry.
Yeah, like it's a day ruiner.
I don't like biting my tongue, and then it makes the rest of the meal just not fun.
Oh,
You're not even enjoying the rest of it at this point.
And sometimes you double bite it, like in the same session. You guys ever done that?
Oh yeah, no, I've done that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's terrible. It's terrible. That's a good one, Dan. You're crazy. Nosh, what do you got? What do you got for us?
Nothing as interesting as that, mate. I felt like I'd keep it light because sometimes we get a little grimy with the questions. So I just had what was your favorite '90s show ever?
Man,
TV show.
90s
Ooh, I'm
show,
ready for
man.
this.
Yeah.
Please.
Man,
Somebody else go
a,
first.
I'm a cartoon serial guy, to be honest. So man, any 90s cartoon, to be honest, like I remember on Saturdays like watching the X-Men on Fox Kids, or like yeah, any cartoon from the 90s, to be honest.
That's a good one.
I take that.
My top favorite show of all time, I don't care 90s or not, is Boy Meets World. And then a close, oh no, Girlfriends is not 90s. Okay, so never mind. So yeah, Boy Meets World.
That's a good one. No, Stan?
I'm
I dig it.
Clarence on this.
Oh,
like,
it's very. Oh, did you even watch him from the 90s?
Yeah, because a lot of the cartoons
Did
that
you-
I would have watched, or anime would have started back then.
Okay.
And then I would have watched it in like the 2000s. You know.
Okay.
Obviously, I only spent 2 years in the 90s, but
But still.
yeah, like I'm same as Clarence. I like shit like X-Men. I remember growing up watching that, and Dragon Ball Z. When I grew up, I loved watching it as well. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I love that as well. But yeah, those would be my sort of two.
That's a good one.
Oh yeah, Fresh Prince.
Yeah, Fresh Prince Family Matters.
Yeah,
Very nice.
That's along the lines I was going on. I had Fresh Prince, Hanging with Mr. Cooper, Family Matters, and I had like cartoons and shit like Rocco's Modern Life and like etc.
That's a great one. I'd probably say South Park.
One of my favorite shows as well is
South Park
Martin.
was also
Martin.
Yeah,
yeah.
Martin was
So great.
Yeah, Martin.
I like the ones. It's almost like you forget something like South Park because it started. I remember I was in like year 10 or something.
It's like 94, I think.
No, I think it was like
No.
90.
No, sorry.
96.
97.
96, I think, because it was a big deal. Because The Simpsons was a big deal in like 91, and then when South Park came out and they were cussing and doing all this crazy stuff, like as you know, immature as teenagers, we just thought it was the most awesomest thing ever. Like super hectic, and it's dope even to this day. Like they August 13, 97, so it came out in year 11. Okay, so I was like old enough to know better, but immature as shit. Yeah.
I agree with Tiffany.
Yes. Tiff is saying, what's Topanga? What is that?
She's a character from that show.
What show?
I just googled it.
Show from Boy Meets World, but she said love
Oh.
90 shows, too many to name for me, and that's
Yeah.
like same. There's so many. Like I love Moesha,
Yeah.
and I like Cosby Show ran
Moesha's
into
very
the
nice.
90s, I think. And,
It did.
there's so many actually.
Yeah. 90s was a good time, man. I feel like maybe if we
Mhm.
weren't,
Nice is great.
like, if we weren't there, shut up. Over like a year and a half.
Literally a year and a half.
Like if we weren't born to grow, like, because we were born, I imagine you guys were similar age, like born in the 80s, but really you grew up in the 90s, so like you relate more with that.
I'm
So-
just a little bit younger than that. I was born in the 90s, but like I'm an old soul.
I respect
Yeah, I'm
it.
91.
Oh,
So.
you're 91. Okay, y'all the kids too. Okay, what up? Okay.
I don't want to say the year because then you guys will laugh at me.
Well, we're already laughing at him. So.
I'm not a
Nick is
kid,
a kid.
but he's older than me. But, whoa, Clarence. I'm no.
Anyone born in
I'm
the 90s? like,
nine-
past,
nine-
like, it's-
nine-
So okay, y'all are, so I don't know why you guys are so mature. I just thought you were older than that. And that's great. I love it.
That's what I always get
Respect
at.
Okay, both of you.
Yeah.
I love that. That's awesome. Sean is saying Sailor Moon is an OG from the 90s. Yeah. Back then, like, dudes weren't really allowed to watch it. It was like you watch Sailor Moon, it was a problem. Like it was like your sister like when you watch that show.
What's so weird?
It was like a is that anime?
Yeah, it looks like an
Anime thing?
That's what it looks like.
Sailor Moon was a show I always change the channel on.
Yeah, it
That's
was
what
like
it was for me.
Same.
Sorry.
Tuxedo Man. Tuxedo Man was the OG Drake. Trust me. Mark my word on that.
OG tree. I love it. Alright, this is my question. This might be actually a little too deep, almost like probably I shouldn't have gone last, but we don't have to answer if we don't want to. It's not that serious. But what's something you turned down that on the surface was like, what are you doing? But it turned out for the best. Okay.
Sorry, can you rephrase it?
So, what is something that maybe in life you declined to go? Maybe it was to an opportunity, a relationship,
Oh,
a
okay.
situation, a job, whatever, and you didn't do it. But if you and people thought you were nuts for not doing it, but if you did do it, it wouldn't have worked out for the best in hindsight. It's probably a little too, maybe a little too deep.
Oh well, I mean, where do I start? There's so many.
For me, maybe going to a better university, because I could have definitely gone to a much better one, but then I just stuck with the kind of shitty one, and then I just did much better. I just
You wouldn't have done as well if you.
But I don't know. Maybe I would have. But like, it was so easy to the point I was just like so comfortable. I was like, yeah, I'm not good.
Okay.
Like, it was like
Man's was a challenge.
when people tell me about uni stress, it's just like I don't even know about, like, legit. But yeah, that's probably one.
Okay. That's
Okay.
basically.
And it worked
exactly
out
what I
well
mean.
because any employer that will ask me what do you get in my degree, I'd say like the top grade.
So
and they'll be
it's-
like,
So it's like your marks would.
my marks
so
are
much
like
better
so
from
much
because
better
of this.
regardless of anything. So maybe I
Interesting.
could have challenged myself, but so fuck it. I got the top marks, so I didn't go fucking up.
Just like whatever. Okay, that's a great one. Anyone else have anything?
Yeah, pretty much a similar thing. Anyway,
okay.
I at school. I did a lot of creative things. I wanted to go to uni to do like advertising and all that sort of business stuff. And then so I did all the creative stuff at high school, and all those subjects got marked down for some reason. It's just the way the system was, which is so whack. So I ended up getting the right enter score to go to uni. Ended up going to like TAFE and doing all that stuff. And so I'm really glad I didn't, because again, what Dan said, people were mad stressed, but then everybody had all this crazy debt, and like 85, like so many people, like almost all of them didn't get into the field they went to study in. And I felt like I kind of skipped a whole bunch of fuckery with wasting time and like getting a little bit of accrued debt, because like not many people were actually following through with what they wanted to do. So it made me feel a little bit better about not making it.
Cool.
Mm.
Nicky, you were saying before?
Yeah, I mean, for me, like, yeah, a lot of school stuff as well, all of that, and, still turned out great for me, but the main thing, I would feel like it's always, like, with, certain men, people will be like, oh, like, you should have definitely either stayed with him, or you should have, or this was a good choice, and it always, in hindsight, I dodged many bullets.
I think we've all been
I
there.
hear you there. Yeah.
Yeah, like some serious bullets, I would say.
like
So
serious. Good one. I love it. Clarence, you got something, my man?
Oh man, I would go with school actually. um, Why I would go with school, because I feel like right now there's some stuff that I'm learning that I could have actually like learned before at school, when my mind was more into it. Now I'm a little bit older, so like, and I respect people that actually like are older and still going to school. Me, I know it's not for me, so I had to finesse my way to like educate myself on certain stuff. But no, that's something that I regret school.
I feel that. Love it. The thing that inspired this, I don't know why, I was just thinking about like an old client. We have an agency that we run, and a few years ago we had a client that was paying us a significant amount of money, more than we'd ever had, but it wasn't working out. Like, just the vibe wasn't there. They were approaching things different. There was a bunch of other issues, and when he was like mind blown when we were like, we can't do this anymore. I'd rather be broke than have this. So we had to make the choice to. I never had to do that. We were actually not like already getting paid this money and be like, no, we don't want the money. But in the end, it worked out. Now the way where he's at, where we're at, if we stayed with him, I would have been so upset. Like, it dodged a huge bullet because he wanted to connect stronger with our agency and kind of merge it in or whatever. And I'm very, 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 very happy that we did not, because we taken the double in this one. So it was just made me thought about it.
Okay.
You alright? That was good. This is a good one, guys. Great work.
Yeah, no questions.
So, right, this is fun. I like this one. It's kind of nice to have that little diversion from just all the culture stuff, and like the culture stuff obviously is where all of the stuff started, but this was Dan's idea to do it, and we were like, yo, like it's kind of fun. Like, just completely
Nice
different.
little sidestep.
Yeah, it shows the audience a different side of all of
Shout
this.
out to Baby Dan.
Baby Dan. It sounds like you're not that
Yeah.
much baby to give, but
It was like,
we'll give Dan a little air horn for Dan. All
I
right,
love
y'all.
it.
Music time. So because there is a little reasonable amount of tunes this week, what we typically do is probably just like talk about or list your top 5-10 things of the week. Any thoughts about it? You don't have to elaborate at all. If you don't want to, you can just say, yeah, I liked it, and move on, whatever. But just like your top 10 is probably a reasonable amount. If you don't have a top 10, then that's also completely fine too. Whoever would like to start, Nicky?
Sure. I don't have a top 10. I'm probably gonna be breezing through these a bit, but
That's what I do.
like in terms of in terms of what I listen to, the Burna Boy and Six some
Yeah, I
what
don't know
is
how to say
that person's name?
Six,
So
I can't find it. It's in there. Oh, here. Six.
song is called
X.
Vampire.
Yeah, it's great.
That's what that name. That song was cool. It was definitely had a very artistic, creepy vibe to it. I love Burna Boy. He really always brings like he elevates songs a bit in a way. I feel like he's definitely one of those people that you call an artiste with an accent. Like he takes music pretty seriously. So I like that. I listened to a few songs off of the new Justin Bieber project and specifically that performance. You know, I'm not mad at the Biebs out here in these streets. You know, I'm not mad at it. I was rocking with it. Now, I don't know if I was rocking hard enough to like add it to my library, but I was like, okay, like I see why people are like talking about it. I really did like the Peaches song. I like that one.
That was one of my favorites.
And then yes, and for sure my highlight for this week it has to be the Gallant EP.
Yes.
Neptune. I had that on repeat like for the whole weekend because those 8 tracks are just like so solid and the sequencing was great on the EP. His selection for features like with Aaron Ray, Van Jess, Brandy, just dope songs all around. Gallant, you know, he's up next. I love it and I heard the Mahalia and Rico Nasty track was interesting as well. I like Mahalia. She just like she bangs. I like Rico Nasty as well together. Banger. I liked it.
Solid list. That's everything?
Yeah, that's all for me.
I like that. Great list. Clarence, what did you dig this week, man?
This week, I don't have a top 10 either, but since we've been talking about it on our last episode, Gallant EP, that's a dope one. I like the single with Pacman, the Gunman, and Mozzy.
Yes.
That's that right around in the morning track for me, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's that vibe to me. What else? Oh man, so many joints coming out this week. I like the Elhae and Masego, My City.
Yes.
I like that single too. Actually, Masego, he been dropping a lot. He been like doing a bunch of features, and it's always coming out though. So it caught my attention right away. I like the Russ single too. Bankrupt.
Yes.
Yeah, that one's a dope one. Yeah, so that's pretty much the one that got my ear on this week.
Okay. Love it.
We definitely go a little bit more in depth on breakdown to Lowdown usually, guys.
Yes.
We're just listing them here.
And that was the point. It was more we used to do that, and it was just taking, like because it's so much
yeah,
stuff. It's
for
like,
sure.
If we just
Because you guys are talking about all of them too as well, so it's like it must be harder.
Otherwise, it's literally you could spend an hour and a half just talking about this stuff. So it's a little
sure.
tough, but we just let it list the top ones. Like I was saying to you the other day, like it's better to talk about just the 5 than like the ones that are like, oh, that was okay. Like why should we give that any airtime type of thing? But as much as I'd love to elaborate, there's so much.
My computer might die on me, by the way, guys, because I just realized my charger is downstairs. Okay. I mean, I was trying to see if we could make it.
We're almost done, but if you want to run and go grab it right now, it's completely cool.
Well, I mean, it says I have 12 minutes, so.
12? Okay, I think we can wrap it up.
Okay. Easy.
Do you know what we should do? Real quick, let's just take the thumbnail right now, just in case.
The thumbnail, sure.
Yeah. So I just take a screenshot of this.
And while I'm doing my music review, then Nicky can go grab the charger, maybe chat while yapping.
Just in case. Yeah. All right. Thumbnail. Taking a screenshot, Joe. Ready? Get your thumbnail faces ready. And you should just hold a can out. Y'all ready? Bam. All right, we got it. We got that.
Bam.
Okay.
There it is.
No, Dan, whoever wants to go first.
Yeah, we'll jump in.
Yeah, go on.
Doing it. All right. So I like the Burna Boy song 23 was cool. You know, nice vibes, positive song, and video was cool for that. The Russ song sounded like a throwaway. It was boring from Russ, but like because I was expecting something good, but it wasn't one of those. Next time maybe. I really thought the most ridiculous thing for the week was the Lil Nas thing. That video, if you haven't seen it, was out of control. I laughed so hard. I was just wondering like when is this cancel culture gonna like come for this dude? Because I don't know, it seems a little off. It did. Well, I mean, it doesn't seem okay. We'll see what goes. Yeah, it's just ridiculous. The dopest thing for the week was the Vic Mensa eye tape. That was fire as fuck. Absolutely love that. I'm gonna go back to that. I didn't get to the Gallant EP. I couldn't. What else was there? The Masego, the My City, the Miguel Art Dealer Chick 3. That was cool. The Major Lazer and Sia and Labrinth song were actually kind of vibes. The Mahalia and Rico Nasty acoustic version of Jealous, which that was just like that was my favorite. Love Mahalia. It still had the same sort of bop and bounce to it, even though it was acoustic. So yeah, she's the best. That was pretty much the notables that I wanted to chat about. So yeah, similar.
Nice, good ones.
All right.
What do you reckon, Dan?
Yeah, basically similar to everyone's. Like Russ, I thought it was good, but it wasn't obviously his best work. Like it was decent, it was right. The Justin Bieber Justice Deluxe. So I thought out of all the songs in the actual like album, I think the deluxe songs were like the best ones.
Yeah.
Out of all of them. Like I don't usually like people like Lil Uzi, but like he was pretty sick on some of like on the track he had. It just kind of worked. The whole poppy vibe worked for him. What else? Oh, the Vic Mensa thing. That was definitely I agree. Is like the best album of the week. The Burna Boy 23 and other tune with Burna Boy, the Vampire thing. That was hard.
Yeah.
The Mahalia and Rico Nasty Jealous track was amazing. That was sick. And the Amy Winehouse at the BBC live thing was pretty sick.
Cool.
I hadn't listened to her in like years, obviously. So like I was pretty sick to actually hear her voice for the first time in ages. And Ty Dolla $ign and the Bryson Tiller thing, the remix by himself. It was pretty sick. Quite liked it. I think Bryson Tiller works in that sort of song, like, you know, romantic R&B sort of thing. It's pretty sick.
Nice, good list. I guess mine is pretty similar to everyone else. I mean, obviously, the Biebs is the god, is who we're all about here. You know, the deluxe LP. It was kind of, it felt a little bit premature. Like, why would you drop the deluxe literally the week after the other thing? Like, wouldn't you want to spread that content out a little bit more?
Yeah, that was weird, but
yeah, I felt like it's a little bit rushed, particularly because they started out his rollout like months ago. So yeah, that was a little strange, but obviously it's classic. I really surprisingly enjoyed the 24K Golden El Dorado EP. It was like a lot of songs, but he's the guy who did that mood joint, and it was just kind of like melodic rap stuff. Like
it wasn't too bad.
Yeah, for that type of like vibe, I definitely didn't mind it compared to some of the rest. The new SonReal from Vancouver, Bank on Me, was pretty dope. Definitely in his wheelhouse. The one Clarence mentioned, the Pacman, Nipsey, and Mozzy joint was killer. Big Mensa's EP, of course, Slapper, the two Burna Boy joints, he is the god. The Elhae and Masego, My City joint, Art Dealer Chic from Miguel, obviously killer stuff there. Which was the other joints? Yeah, the acoustic of the Mahalia Rico Nasty was dope. The original was maybe a couple months ago, but this acoustic version worked really well, surprisingly. Yeah, the Gallant EP, fire. High Classified from here in Montreal. He had a new song which was great with someone named Elhae, who I hadn't heard of, called Law of Automata. That was super dope. The Movado, Never Give Up. Movado's killer dancehall stuff, very dope. And what else was fire? Yeah, the Amy Winehouse was great. Yeah. Oh, and of course the two Justin Bieber performances, because they were just classics, just classics, flawless. You can't really go wrong.
Of course.
Sean is saying Russ, Millions, and Tion Wayne was okay. They could have done better. I think that's some British stuff, right? UK shit.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, not too bad. So we're coming on an hour and a half. I think we've pretty much got through everything, guys. So both you guys, thank you so much for this. This has been really cool to connect. It's been very interesting having now like two additional perspectives on all the the general type of stuff that we're talking about. Like I really enjoyed this. This was really great hearing both perspectives, and thank you for putting those questions together because they were super insightful as well. Appreciate y'all.
Thank you guys.
Can everybody find you 2
Thank
online,
you.
both individually on the podcast or whatever you want? Hey, it's our pleasure. Where can everyone find you guys?
Well, yes, as Clarence was saying, thank you guys so much for having us. This was so fun. You can find me personally at Nicky Music everywhere, at NICKYMUSIQUE. The music is spelled in French. And you can also, of course, listen to Breakdown to Lowdown everywhere that podcasts are listened to. Spotify, Stitcher, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. Breakdown to Lowdown with the number 2 and not the word 2. And yeah.
And y'all on Instagram with that same handle too.
At Breakdown to
you can-
Lowdown
Yes.
with the number 2 and not the word 2.
Yes, go follow y'all. Clarence, where can everyone get you, man?
Yes, you can find me on Instagram. Who is Mr. Cool, Mr. MR on Instagram, and like Nicky said, on Instagram, Breakdown to Lowdown with the number 2.
Amazing. I love it. Appreciate y'all. We'll do the outro and we'll stay on the line after, and we can just give us the instructions. Oh, and her computer's dead. That's okay. She'll probably come back. Nosh, where can everyone find you online, fam?
At Notion Baby on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. At Ill Note Studios on Instagram and Facebook. illnotestudios.com. Holla at your boy.
Boom.
Dan?
I, Dan Johnson, on Instagram and Twitter, and if anyone's into obviously gaming, we've got a
Obviously.
gaming channel on Twitch, HFGXMMG.
I love it.
All
Boom.
right.
Y'all can get me at CWEFOR on Instagram and Twitter. And guys, thank you so much for watching and listening. If you enjoyed the episode, smash the thumbs up, hit subscribe below, hit the notification bell,
Ding.
so you know when the new drops. Follow us on social media at The Movement Fam everywhere. This is once again part 1 of a 2-part podcast. We're about to go and record part 2 on Breakdown to Lowdown right now. You can get that information. Once again, follow them on Breakdown to Lowdown on Instagram, but we're going to put the link in the description here on YouTube once it's done, and of course in the show notes. So if you're listening after the fact, you'll have a link right there and you can go and listen right into part 2. Clarence, much love, my man. Stay on the line for a sec. After
Hey, man.
we'll finish it.
Be
Appreciate you,
safe,
bro.
guys, man. Yeah, it's been a minute, man. I'm
It really
glad.
has. Appreciate everybody. We'll see y'all next episode. Oh, Nicky's like, here, laptop died. Nicky, if you can hear, we'll stay on the call. Just call back with it plugged in. We'll stay right here so we can't miss out.
Got you, man. Got you.
Yes, Clarence, gonna hold on. Don't worry, we got that.
Hey.
Peace.
Okay. Oh, hey.